Hey everyone, I wanted to make a quick video about the Switch Lite. I got my Switch Lite about 5 or 6 weeks ago after doing several weeks of research, and it's been really great during the pandemic. And so I'm making this video for, I guess, technically everyone that's interested in maybe getting a Switch, but specifically for people like me who are over 50 and who have been out of the gaming scene since maybe they were a preteen or teenager when they would go to arcades and maybe wanted to game but didn't know what to do. So here I am. We're in a pandemic. We may be in our homes for a year or two. I don't know. But I got really sick a few months ago and I'm in no rush to go out, so I'm staying home. I chose the Switch because it's mid-cycle, unlike the Xbox and the PlayStation, which are literally about to upgrade in a major way. So I didn't want to jump into that when they were end of life. So Switch is in mid-cycle. It should be around for probably a good 3.5 years, and a lot of fun games are being produced for it, and so it just seemed like the right thing. Also, the Switch Lites are not being price gouged like the regular Switches are, and because they also seem to be able to be produced, whereas the other Switches are not necessarily being produced. And I don't know if it's because I don't know what the reason is. Maybe they just want to make less of them because they're going to upgrade the Switch. That's also kind of a rumor. There may be like a Switch Pro coming up, maybe near the end of the year or something, sooner than later. So maybe they're focusing on the Switch Lite in the meantime. But anyway, you can get a Switch Lite in its normal price. It's not being price gouged. And I got mine at GameStop. And I just checked before I sat down to make this video. They have all the colors. Mine's in turquoise, which I do love, but they have the gray, turquoise, yellow, coral, and the Pokemon. And they're all the same price, $200. Yeah, I had a good experience with GameStop, and so they got the console out to me pretty quick. The games took a little longer, but I got everything I ordered from GameStop. And by the way, this video is not sponsored by anybody. I did my homework before I bought the Switch. I watched beginner's guides, I watched gaming channels, I watched best of Switch games, things like that, lots of commentary. I think my favorite channel that I subscribe to and I still watch, and I get a lot of enjoyment out of it, is from a gentleman named Arlo. Also, the Completionist is pretty good. That guy, they're both really good in different ways. I called Western Digital because I wanted to make sure I was getting the right MicroSD card. I set up my account with Nintendo online because you don't have to buy have an annual account where you pay for and you do things online, but you do have to have some kind of account so they can sort of keep track and be able to update you and things like that, because a lot of times your games will need updates. And even if you get physical cartridges like me, you'll need updates. And so this brings me to talking about my choices. You're going to have a choice whether or not you get digital copies of your games. And that's where the microSD card really becomes important. Or physical cartridges. I decided to go with physical cartridges because although it's probably going to be rare, there can be instances like with a Scott Pilgrim game where if Nintendo loses the licensing or they don't keep it up, you don't get to play the game anymore. And I think that freaks people out. So I get my games. Also, another thing too is that it's a little weird. I don't know why Nintendo does this, but this is something that, you know, I'm thinking I'm going to avoid if I get another Switch, is that if you download a game digitally, and Nintendo keeps track of what Switch you play it on, and they don't want you to be able to play it digitally, a digital copy on 2 different Switches. So I don't think I'm going to have that problem if I get another Switch with a physical game cartridge, because you literally cannot play one physical game cartridge on 2 different Switches, you know. So I don't think it's going to be an issue. So I'm going with physical on that, and I decided to go with a Nintendo branded micro SD card. And this was after me doing research, watching videos, and I wasn't really satisfied with what I saw on YouTube on this topic. And I would also like to bring up the fact that it is possible that if a content creator on YouTube is not getting any kind of a discount code, or they don't get something sent to them for free, they won't review it. If there's no way for them to make money off the links in their description box, they may not bother. But, you know, I had questions, and so I called Western Digital, and they basically own SanDisk. And I decided to go with this because there's some kind of scripting voodoo that makes it faster if you use the Nintendo SanDisk card. And I probably will never need a card this big for 256 because I don't download my games. But if you are a person that downloads your games, then and you think you may need more than this, then I was told by Western Digital, the gentleman I spoke with, that they had planned at the end of the year to come out with a 512 gigabyte card. So if you hold on till the end of the year for this, you should get a card big enough for anything that you need to use it for. So, and I got this at B&H Photo. So I got my Switch at GameStop, and I got my MicroSD card at B&H. So anyway, I also got a few games, and you know, I got a smattering, and I wanted to try. The third one I tried was Animal Crossing, and I loved it. I loved it right away. I had tried Pocket Camp, and I was just really kind of so-so on Pocket Camp on my mobile phone. But I love Animal Crossing on the Switch. It is really the perfect getaway. And when we were having the riots, you know, a few weeks ago, and there was a night or two when I heard the police copter in my area, and it was kind of late at night, and I was staying up anyway to make sure my daughter was going to sleep. The sound of the waves crashing on my beach in Animal Crossing, it was really soothing, and it's really, the whole gaming experience has helped my brain decompress from all the pressures of, you know, everything going on, and, you know, personal, you know, deadlines that I've had to meet, and gaming has been great for me mentally. So I want to just wrap this up in the last minute. I want to give you a few tips for Animal Crossing if you do decide to get it. Just enjoy the ride, enjoy the relationships, make sure it's always fun. For me, I enjoy that wild frontier feel, and so I'm in no rush. I don't time travel, and I play the game as it happens, and I love it. You're never too old to have fun, and save your weeds. You're going to need them for some expensive DIYs. You'll be surprised what you can sell them back to the Nook kids for. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video. I'm going to put links in the description for things that might help you make the decision you need to, and where I bought these things. And again, not sponsored. I hope you're doing okay. Take care. And I'll do a review of the videos that the games I bought, and let you know what happened. Take care. Bye-bye.